I want to take today to wish everybody an extremely Merry Christmas 2024. Now, a few things about that. I am so incredibly excited because to me, Christmas time is one of the best times of the year. And it's not just because you can wear something like this in public and not be ridiculed. It's not just because my mediocre football teams won't lose today. It's not because I gotta make a funny video where you keep looking down. That's my microphone, by the way. It's not because I receive presents. I'm a very difficult man to shop for. If I see something and want it, I buy it. So typically on Christmas, I don't get any presents. But I love today because I really like to piss off those people who get offended by me saying Merry Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey everybody, a little bit of humor at the beginning of this video, but I really want to do an awesome Christmas video. I'm going to do the things that I absolutely love about Christmas, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my Christmas story. So, believe it or not, Mr. X didn't always have the resources of a sultan. I probably still don't. Sultans probably have a lot more money, although I don't know where they got their money from. That kind of pisses me off because I work my ass off for my money. Anyway, growing up, my family didn't have a ton of money. Now, we weren't poor by any means, but I wore hand-me-downs. For the first part of my life, I shared a room with my brother where we shared everything, not only clothes, but toys, friends, underwear. It was like a 10 by 10 room. But one thing my parents did for us is they spoiled us at Christmas. And we had a ton of presents. We probably had 30 or 40 presents each. Now granted, most of those were small, cheap presents, but it was still really exciting. Now with that, we didn't believe in Santa Claus. I'm sure I did at one time, I just don't remember doing it. And as an adult, I taught my children there was no Santa Claus right away. I did that for two reasons. Number one, I wanted them to know it was me getting them presents. I didn't want them to thank some mysterious person. By the way, spoiler alert, Santa Claus is not real. And two, I wanted them to upset all their elementary school friends when they told them the truth. But anyway, we loved Christmas. Now, just like many families, my only sibling, my older brother, and I would wake up early, super excited to go downstairs to that tree. But my parents wouldn't want to get up yet. So every Christmas Eve, they would do two things. Number one, they would give us one present. And that present was meant to occupy us when we wake up early the next morning. Every year, I received a Calvin and Hobbes book. And I read the entire freaking thing that morning. That's one of the reasons, of the many reasons, I so much love Calvin and Hobbes I talk about in this video. Number two, they would put our stockings by our doors full of candy and little trinkets and toys, and that traditionally would keep us busy until they woke up later in the morning. Then we would sneak downstairs, see what seemed like hundreds of presents in front of the tree. And for a family that didn't get a lot of stuff, that was truly amazing to me. Now clearly as I've grown older, I appreciate Christmas in a different way. As I said in the intro, I don't really get any presents anymore, which I'm okay with because I am already super blessed. But I still feel that magic with Christmas, and I hope you do too. And I was trying to figure out, why is this such a great holiday? Why is it still so magical? And I came up with a few reasons I wanted to share with you on this Christmas Eve 2024. So my first reason is I still feel like a child. Whether it's the lights or the music or just the excitement that's in the air, I still feel that magical feeling. I've been lucky enough in my life to always live in a colder climate, so usually there's snow on the ground, if at the very least not frigid temperatures, and it so just feels like Christmas, which is strange to me because I'm a pretty analytical guy, and I know you can't feel like a holiday, but I do on Christmas. And I think that's due to some unforeseen blessing or magic. Now, while I don't practice the existence of Santa Claus, I'm not denying his existence just in case. But I do believe the holiday is about something other than Santa Claus. I think that magic feeling in the air is kind of combined with the fact that this is the turning point for most people in their religious faith. This is the belief that the Savior that saved us from being the wretched people we are was actually born today. And I think there's certain magic with him, whether you go to midnight mass or a Christmas Eve church service, or this is just part of your daily faith that you live every day. And that's why I love it, because of what it stands for. It stands for the birth of Jesus. It doesn't stand for the Christmas tree or the department stores or the gifts. It's the birth of Jesus, which we say is the greatest gift of all. Another reason I love Christmas, although this one is becoming less and less common, is for a moment it feels like everything shuts down. Now, unfortunately, there are still restaurants and people who have to work, who work in different industries. And I've been there. I remember I worked every single Christmas Eve for about 6 years. And then another career, I worked every single Christmas Day. I was the only one who had to go in and work. And I really appreciate the people who still have to do that. For the most part, everything shuts down. It stops to recognize what an amazing time this is and celebrate with one another. And I love that. Another reason I love it is the smart people can put their differences aside. And I think that's incredibly important this year. It breaks my heart to see so many people in the US saying, I'm going to write you off because you didn't have the same opinion as me. I'm going to write you off because you're responsible for something that's not even going to happen. Put your differences aside. Love one another. A lot of people in this world want you to hate. Don't let them. And Christmas is about that. It's about forgiveness. It's about you getting something you don't deserve. Now with that, especially if you're a parent, but it can relate to everybody, you know giving is truly better than receiving. For me, obviously, my kids, but I love Christmas shopping for people. You know, about 15 years ago, my wife and I, or more me, but I told her from now on, we're not getting anybody gift cards. I want to find thoughtful presents. Now, when you have a decent sized family, not just intermediate, but outside the family, that gets really difficult, especially year after year, finding gifts that are meaningful, but I love doing it. And I love seeing their face when they open it, especially my children, but in general, everybody. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of Christmas, to be honest with you. It probably is. I love giving stuff. I love seeing their reaction, whether they like it or hate it. You can imagine, Mr. X, I give a lot of comedy gifts as well. I always do a serious gift and a comedy gift. Like last year, my parents, who are diehard Trump supporters, God bless them, I gave them a donation to the Biden campaign, because at that time Biden was running, a donation to the Biden campaign on their behalf. But truly, giving is better than receiving. And no disrespect to you. However, I'm going to disrespect you right now. If you don't believe that, you are missing out. You are so missing out. Now, the last reason I love Christmas is it truly gives me an excuse to start drinking at 7 in the morning. I don't get that very often. And what's funny is I used to be on call on Christmas, so there'd be times by 11 a.m. Mrs. X would wake me up, be like, your phone's ringing, Mr. X. She calls me that too. But it gives you a great excuse to start drinking at 7 a.m. around everybody and not be a weirdo, as opposed to doing it in the closet or when no one's around at home. So those are the reasons I love Christmas, but I didn't want to miss you guys, girls and other, on Christmas Day. And I wanted to let you know that this is why I love Christmas. I hope you love it too. If you don't celebrate it, I totally respect that. If Merry Christmas offends you, then you're a moron. Whatever holiday you celebrate, you can wish blessings upon that holiday to me, and I will really appreciate it. But we're still doing a giveaway. We're still having fun. So why don't you throw in the comments below what you love about this holiday or the holiday you celebrate around this time of year. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey, Merry Christmas. I really mean that. I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing Christmas or whatever holiday, or just a great day. In the meantime, please hit that subscribe, because I'm going to whore myself out, and you can give me the gift of you being a subscriber. It is better to give than receive. And we have tons of cool countdowns coming up as well. Shit, this might be too long.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.